pride elsewhere, or they try and take over another pride someplace else. Now to go into Black Bear Ridge, only bears and black bears. You're going to notice that these bears can walk across the street on their bare feet. Please bear with me, I'll be unbearably brief for these 5 seconds.
are friendly, bro. The
American black bear gets up to
brown
500 pounds. It's more
Brown
important long
bears.
front wheels to jump them 5 trees just as easy as what I can walk. And they don't just come in the color black. They can come in black, blue, blonde, or brown.
Which one is the most dangerous bear? Brown?
Brown bears.
Yeah.
Brown bears are much more aggressive.
Yeah.
These guys, they just kind of want our food.
Yep.
So, in other words, Yoki. Hey, boo-boo, I would like a picnic basket. Which one would you like?
They like.
Now, we do have mother bears with cubs. We keep them separated from the rest of the bear population because mama bear is very protective
Hey.
of her cubs. Just like you mothers
Look
are
at Regis.
Oh, you're good. What are you doing?
Regis, come here.
Now, ladies, you give birth during hibernation. You do not do a thing. You don't even know you had cubs until you woke up. You'd wake up that morning and then be like, where did you come from? Then your next thought is, they can have up to 4 cubs. And they take care of those cubs all by themselves. Now, all bears are opportunistic omnivores, which means they will eat whatever they get their paws on, making them the true seafood eaters. If they see food, they'll eat it. Now, during a bear's hibernation, they actually lose 80% of their body fat, and none of that is muscle fat. They were actually studied for coma patients at one point in time.
Oh, look at this guy.
Mad close, bro.
Look at this guy. Oh, snap. Look at this guy.
All he needs are the bare necessities.
Look like they ripped their eyes out, son.
Man, you can't see.
Word. I have no eyes.
Now, shortly we are going to start seeing the red X-ray. They happen to have 5 legs longer than their fork. This will help them move swampland without that. And I'm not going to lie. When I first started moving here, I thought they were just deer. No, they are not. The deer have antlers. These are antelope. The males are the only ones that have horns for the red X-ray. I have that feeling we have a lot more females than we do males.
Hey, you! Oh! I'm coming for you right now.
Now, we're not quite done with bears just yet. We still have to go through terra versus, which happens to be home to the European brown bear. Now, they are cousin to our grizzly bear here in the United States, so they are a little more aggressive than those black bears. They're definitely not allowed to cross the street on their bare feet.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Now, the European brown bear
Oh, look at the
gets
groundhog.
700 pounds.
That's a groundhog, right?
Those black bears.
Yeah.
They can still climb trees, but it just gets harder and harder to do so as they get bigger and heavier. It's like as if I were to try and climb a tree with a refrigerator strapped to my back. Now, we do happen to have one from Hollywood. These 2 bears were hand-raised by our staff several years ago. They're not quite big enough to
These guys are
into
great,
the
crazy
sloth of
gangster,
bears.
bro.
But
These
it's
are the
actually
ones
what
that'll
you
smack
call
your head
a
off.
group of bears, a sloth. Whoever came up with that had a sense of humor because all bears can run at a top speed of 35 miles an hour.
Yep.
Which means it is not a very good idea to run away
How
from a
fast
bear.
is this car
You're
going?
going to need some wheels.
Yep. They don't get tired neither.
Now these guys do act a lot like we do. They sit, they stand, and they sit
Right there, redemption. These niggas be fighting.
Yes. No, not really. It's just there to give them a boundary, and they just don't go across it.
Hey, you! Hey, buddy! Oh, look, he
It's
about
not
to
a
play.
whole lot. It's just zap. Quick one.
You saw his mouth? It's like...
The same kind of technology would be used for fencing in your own yard, actually. You don't want your kids or your dog to go out and use somebody else's dog. Oh, I'm going to warn your noses now. The smell of bear, wet bear, is 10 times worse than the smell of wet dog.
Oh, man, what the hell? Yo,
That's why I warned you.
Would they eat one of those ducks?
If they get a hold of it, yeah, we don't put those there.
Okay.
Those birds fly in there themselves.
Oh, okay. But they're waiting to eat one, right?
If one is slow enough, yeah. You gotta remember that brown bears are a little more on the carnivorous side.
Yeah.
So they get whatever their paws can get their hands, well, can get.
Yeah.
But most of the time, they're gonna eat what's free to them. What isn't going to move, which is called omnivore. Literally a feed that is designed for bears. By the way, we do have another mother bear with 3 more cubs. Moms and cubs stick with each other for up to 4 years. They're pushing around 4 years old. Now, either mom's going to chase them away or she's going to run away herself. It's going to be kind of hard to do at the moment, considering she's separated from the rest of the bear population.
Sounds like my friend's mom.
Welcome back to Jersey. Small natural Jersey wetlands. We've left it alone, untouched by human hands since 1974. Since we had the drive yourself through version. For those of you that remember the drive yourself through version, you may remember the baboons. We still have them. We just cannot safely incorporate them into this tour. Otherwise, they'd be sitting in the seat next to you guys thinking they were long lost relatives. The real reason is we need this 30-year-old truck to last another 30 years. They were breaking stuff off of your cars. If they leave a car in their section right now, they would probably find a way to remove the rims and sell them on eBay. The specific species of baboon that we have is called the Anubis baboon, which are highly impressive. And just like most baboons, they will throw food at you.
Yeah, they would. That's a fact.
Especially if they don't like you.
Yep. If they go like this, that means they want you to throw them food.
Some of our parents are probably like, I'm going to leave you with the baboons. Why? You relate mostly to them. Now we're coming up to Didgeridoo Pass, home of the kangaroo and the emu. What if you guys thought you were going to see koalas? I'm sorry, we're unqualified. We forgot our qualifications.
Kawhi Leonard.
Jimmy, I think Lee's going to be hanging out all the way down there. Hey there, Jimmy, we're going to see him again here in a little bit. Our first animal species in here on the red kangaroo. They can get up to 6 feet tall and 10 feet long. Males typically come in the reddish orange coloration and are called jacks. Females are called blue flyers because they come in that bluish gray coloration. But there happens to be a couple of mothers in here with some joeys. You gotta find the longest bulging pouch, legs sticking out of the pouch, or a head. They start off as roughly the size of a lima bean. They climb up in mom's pouch by themselves within 6 months of their development, and then they're in and out of the pouch for a couple more months till mom finally decides not to close up the pouch and get off that thing right. Yes.
Kangaroos can survive here all year round.
Yes, they can. They actually can survive almost anywhere. I say almost anywhere because in Australia they are considered as pests. Because, ladies, you'd be giving birth to joeys constantly. You're almost constantly pregnant because, well, you have a joey out of the pouch hopping around, it's a juvenile, one in the pouch kind of developing, and then one in suspended animation inside of her belly, while the other is developing. So popping out kids every 7 to 9 months. And for some of us who finally started seeing the emu, the second largest bird of the raptide family, which we're hanging out over there still, they scare me a bit. Emus were studied for the movements of the velociraptor in the original Jurassic Park movie. The only bird in the raptide family which from calf muscles. However, in Australia, they find us fascinating out in the wild. They will sneak up on us, peck us, and run away. That's it. They can only they can hear their own vocalizations too, which leads me to believe that they're laughing at us.
Wow.
Now, as we go ahead and leave this section, we're going to say,
Bye-bye.
Hey, Jimmy! Have a good day, buddy! I will! Because now we're in my favorite section of all, Tigers Asiana. And as the name states, we're going to be seeing some tigers.
Uh-oh.
Starting us off will be the Bengal tiger. Bengal tigers get up to around 500 pounds and one of 4 beautiful coat colors. We have white with black stripes starting us off. We also have the typical orange with black stripes, and very rare with less than 10 in the world. White with white stripes. The closest one to us is Las Vegas.
Oh, it's coming.
Such a beautiful girl, Shanti.
Bye-bye.
And then you also have my favorite coloration, which happens to be only about 40 of them in the world. We have butterscotch tabby or golden tabby. Now, tigers in general are solitary animals. So a lot like Shanti back there, they're going to live alone. Unless they're looking for a mate or they were raised to get another.
They don't get lonely.
What's that?
They don't get lonely.
apparently they don't really get along because there's a tiger that switches out with her. His name's Grill. He's a lot bigger. They don't get along. So that's why they tend to live alone. They also have very huge territories out in the wild. It can range anywhere between 50 to well over 100 miles, which is a lot harder to replicate when you have a facility like this. So the enclosures that you see a lot of our animals in, especially our big kitty cats, are federal regulated. Now here we happen to have Berlin and Hara. Hara is orange and black stripes, Berlin is white with black stripes. Now Siberian tigers are a bigger difference. They come in only orange and black stripes, but they are the largest of the big cats. They get up to 700 pounds and 14 feet long. They're the biggest of all of them. Now this is Nadia and Suri. Nadia is a Siberian tiger. Suri is African lion. They were raised together when they were first born about 4 years ago. It'll be 5 years come November. Wow. That was when they were born. Now both species of tiger are most active during dusk and dawn. That is when they are hunting, and they only require a sixth of the light that we require to see clearly. They also have webbing in between their paws, which will allow them to swim, and it helps them capture prey successfully out in the wild. Yes. Oh, the one in the back? Yeah, that's Deb. That's the other one. She hangs out on vacation for a day back there. Now there's about 2,000 Bengal tigers out in the wild.
Oh, look, bro.
There's about 500 of this guy. Beautiful Siberian tigers up in the wild. This is mostly due to human encroachment and habitat loss. But at one point in time, people used to hunt tigers for their pelts because people believed that their pelts had mystical powers at one point. Fortunately, we know better now. Their numbers are slowly starting to increase.
But it was endangered?
Yes. These guys are all endangered species.
Wow.
It's also a lot harder to rehabilitate a carnivore back in the wild than it is to rehabilitate an herbivore. Because herbivores don't just eat about almost anything that's green. Okay. Whereas these guys, we can't teach them to hunt. That is their own instincts that they have to go by. Which is why we're happy to see them do their own instincts half the time. Now, as we bounce our way on out of the safari, we're going to go ahead and say goodbye to Clara. She's been working here for 38 years.
Clara!
Goodbye, Clara. Have a good night.
Hope you get a raise.
Because this does conclude our safari off-road adventure. Please remain seated and seat number 8. Come before when we stop inside of our station. And be sure to keep your arms and legs and your head and hands on the inside of the ride, because there are still several trees that get rather close, and we don't want to be barking up the wrong tree. Actually, you don't want to bark up any tree. You got to leave the trees alone. They hurt. Are there any questions while we're on our way back to station 1?
Could any of the animals survive back in the wild if you put them back there?
There are some instances where they do, but as far as carnivores, I have not heard of any. There's the question I can also easily answer. A lot of the animals here stay here. They have heated barns for a lot of the elephants, the rhinos, even the giraffes have their own heated barns. Most of the animals that are in the Africa sections, they have a heated building that they go to. Most of the American animals, they really don't care.
Yeah.
They honestly could care less if it's snowing or if it's sunny out.
Yeah.
Yeah? If I can, okay. I don't know. If I can hear you all the way up here, because I got the engine. What's up? Yeah. Any of the animals ride keep the car. Well, if a bird can land on the train and hang on from 0 to 128 miles per hour in about 2.6 seconds, more power to it. Yes. Hang on, could you speak up a little bit more?
How long did they have the baboons before you realized that?
We actually have had the baboons.
Where they can't have them on the attraction?
We didn't have them on the attraction after 2012. 2012 is actually when we started this, and we couldn't really try this or even the buses, because before these, they were doing a bus tour for the safari. It was called Safari Tours. They were driving the buses through the safari before it became this, but they couldn't drive them through the baboons. baboon section. Otherwise, then there would be no buses left to get. So they actually were originally planning on doing a kind of exhibit for them, but then it all came down to how much is it going to cost. It always comes down to that, and unfortunately, we have tried hard. We can always just keep trying, giving them ideas. They'll always say, how much is this going to cost?
Yeah.
Alright guys, remain seated and signal into the vehicle. Come to forward, please stop here inside of the station. Don't worry about that, the wheels aren't falling off yet. All is clear. Thank you very much for joining me for the last day of our tour. Please be careful stepping off the truck. Remember to take all your belongings with you.
Last day, today's
And don't let all the ghouls
Hell
and
yeah.
goblins scare you off.
Yeah, today's the last day of the tour.
Oh yeah, right, that starts at around 6 o'clock.
Awesome.
You got a couple more hours before that
Thanks, man.
thing starts.
Hell yeah. Nah, he mad cool, yo. Usually we could have had an asshole, but he's mad cool. Yo, ain't this the lady that killed Selena? Woo! Both arms, 2 legs. Yo, let's get on that, yo.